Hello, good morning. Happy Thursday. Today's Thursday, January 7th, 2021. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. First week back from the winter break. I know that I've been adjusting, getting back in the routine of things, and my internet from home has been very, very slow for some reason. And so I've been trying to upload videos from home and then also driving into town, which takes time. So anyway, I apologize for the delay in the videos, but I live far out, and it takes a lot of time. And anyway, so we are on the last day of our literacy packet work. So we are in our literacy packet, which looks like this, week 15, and we're on page 18. And page 18 says, readers infer to help them understand what is happening in the story. What do you think happened to Peter's snowball? What evidence from the text helps you know this? So if you need to go rewatch the story, it's posted with the rest of the videos that are up for today. And but I think that you can probably make a pretty good inference about what happened to Peter's snowball. So he put it in his pocket, and then he went inside the house, took a bath, checked his pocket, and it was gone. And then he had a dream that night that all the snow melted outside. So I'm going to write my name here at the top of my paper. And let's see. And just for fun, I'm going to write the date, 1-7-2001. There you go. And what I think happened to Peter Snowball is I think that it melted in his pocket. So I'm going to draw a jacket. Let's see, jacket with a pocket here. And then I'm going to draw little, kind of like that. So here's his jacket, and I think that the snowball was in his pocket, and I think it melted. So what I'm going to say is the snowball in Peter's pocket melted. I know this he went into the house where it was warm. And that's about all the space I have to write. We could keep going if we want to, but that is enough information for this assignment, okay? So the snowball in Peter's pocket melted. I know this because he went into the house where it was warm. And when the temperature goes up, then really cold things melt, right? Like you take ice out of the freezer and it slowly starts to melt. Okay, when you're done with that, we're going to turn to page 19. And page 19 is a noun or verb sort. We're going to take that page right out of the packet, and you'll notice the page behind it is blank. So we're going to cut this out, and then we're going to paste it onto this next blank page. And there's a bunch of pictures down here, and we have to decide which ones are nouns and which ones are verbs. Okie dokie. So I'm going to work on mine here. You go ahead and get started working on yours. right, so I've got this part cut out, and I just cut up the slit in the middle, and I didn't cut all the way across the top. So I'm going to glue this to the top of my blank page here. And then I'm going to put that to the side. And I'm going to finish cutting out my little pictures. I'm hoping today the rain will hold off again for another day. That's what the weather report said. And hopefully this fog will burn off and we'll have another nice day today. It's kind of a bummer when we have multiple days in a row of rain, and I don't know about you, but man, we had so much rain here at the farm. We had flooding all over, which is not anything unusual at all, but over the course of the summertime, some of our little ditches that we dig for the water runoff got flattened or whatever else plowed through, and so we had to go back outside and dig some more ditches to help direct the water flow, because what happens is the back horse pasture becomes just a kind of a big, wet, muddy, swampy mess, which is not good for horses. They can tolerate it for a couple days, but after a couple days of being in constant wetness, their feet get soft and then they're prone to injuries and infections. So we took care of that, and now we've had 2 days of no rain, so crossing our fingers that things will dry up a bit for a while. Good thing we have a barn to put the horses in when things are really bad. We are very fortunate. Anyways, all right, I've got all my pictures cut out now. And I'm going to remind myself that nouns are person, place, or thing, and verbs are action words. So if you look at the pictures on your flip here, this is a dog. That's a thing, or some people consider them like people, but either way, it's a noun. And then this person is sweeping. Sweeping is an action. It's a doing. Remember, action words, if it's a thing that you do, running, jumping, swinging, spinning, rolling, skating, anything that's an action. Sweeping is an action, okay? So here we've got a rocket. Now, this rocket is flying, but the word is not flying. The word is rocket. So that would classify as a noun because it's a thing. So we're going to glue the rocket underneath of the pup dog. Okay? The next picture I've got here is a dog that's digging. Can you see that? There we go. A dog that's digging. Digging is an action. It's doing something, right? So we're going to put that under the girl who's sweeping because it's an action word. It's a verb. Okay? My next picture here is a cow. The cow is a noun because it's just a cow. It's just a thing, not just, but cows are actually quite important. They make milk for us, and they feed us, and all kinds of things. This is a frog. Frog is also a noun. This is a queen. Sometimes it's hard to get my angle right here because it's the opposite of what I do. That's a noun. Queen is a person. All right. Let's say this person is planting. Little girl with a bucket of plants and some soil and a shovel. She's doing something. You can see she's doing something. Okay, this beaver is building a dam. That's a doing thing. Okay, let me show you what mine looks like so far so that you don't get off track. So I've got all my nouns under the noun flap. Rocket, cow, frog, queen. And I've got all my verbs over here. Digging, planting. The beaver is building. Okay. This person is Wrapping, that is also an action word. Wrapping is something you do. I did a lot of wrapping over the winter break, but I love doing wrapping, so that's not a problem for me. This guy is painting. That's also something you do. Okay, next one here is a delicious hamburger. That is a thing. I'm going to go over under my nouns. And here's a quarter. A quarter is a thing. It's money. And this is a little girl. And that's a noun. Now, normally when we do these assignments, we have an equal number of sorted objects. And so if you think, I would say that the rocket flying and the frog catching flies, those could also be verbs. And sometimes there are words that, depending on how they're used in a sentence, in one sentence they could be acting as a noun, and in another sentence they could be acting as a verb. So if you put the rocket under verb, that's okay. If you put the frog catching flies under verb, that is also okay. Okay? There are multiple answers in the English language. All right, returning the page to page 21. This is doing some writing about our word heaping, which is a large quantity. So I wish I had a heaping pile of. Now you get to use your imagination and you get to finish this on your own. So on this writing lines, I'm going to use my sentence starter. I wish I had a heaping and I'm going to underline the word heaping. Okay. I wish I had a heaping pile of. Gosh, there's so many things. I guess right now I kind of wish I had a heaping pile of money. And not because I want a lot of money, but because a lot of my friends haven't been able to work very much because of the pandemic and businesses being shut down. So I wish that not just myself, but I wish we all had a heaping pile of money so that we could all be paying our bills and buying our groceries and putting gas in our car so that we can continue living a good, viable life. Other things I wish I had a heaping pile of is compost. You can never have enough compost. Or maybe food, a heaping pile of food to share with you and your friends and your family. Or maybe a heaping pile of rocks. My driveway could use a new pile of rocks. So there's lots of things that you could wish to have a heaping pile of. So I'm going to say I wish I had a heaping pile of money to share with my community. Okay, and that's my sentence. That's all I'm going to write. And so you can copy mine if you want to do the same thing as I do. That's totally fine. You can push pause here and copy down what I put. All right, when you're done with that, and you're done with your literacy packet for this whole week, yahoo! Stay tuned for next week. We're going to start a new story.